welcome to E-Town News, जहां आपको मिलेगा डेली डोज ऑफ बॉलीवुड न्यूज, फैशन ट्रेंड्स, टीवी एंड सोशल मीडिया से जुड़े हर अपडेट. A show which gives you the day's lowdown of all the best happenings in the world of glamour. तो इंतजार किस बात का? Let's take a look at today's headlines.
एक्ट्रेस रिया चक्रवर्ती और लेट एक्टर सुशांत सिंह राजपूत के ब्रेकअप रिपोर्ट्स पर राइटर टर्न्ड डायरेक्टर रूमी जाफरी ने किया रिएक्ट. सुपरस्टार रजनीकांत के घर बॉम्ब प्लांट करने की पुलिस को मिली इंफॉर्मेशन. चेन्नई पुलिस ने बिना देर किए रजनीकांत के घर सर्च ऑपरेशन किया शुरू. और शुरुआती जांच में पता चला है कि ये होक्स कॉल था, लेकिन पुलिस इस धमकी को लाइटली न लेते हुए पूरे मामले की अच्छी तरह से तहकीकात कर रही है. रिपोर्ट्स के मुताबिक पुलिस को थर्सडे के दिन एक कॉल आया और उसमें इंफॉर्मेशन दी गई कि रजनीकांत के पोस्ट गार्डन बंगलो में बॉम्ब प्लांट किया गया है और ये ब्लास्ट किसी भी वक्त हो सकता है. चेन्नई पुलिस ने तुरंत इस कॉल पर रिएक्ट करते हुए पहले रजनीकांत और उनकी फैमिली को सेफ जगह रहने के लिए कहा. उसके बाद उनके पूरे बंगलो की जांच की गई, जिसमें पता चला कि कोई भी बॉम्ब रजनीकांत के बंगलो में प्लांटेड नहीं था. सोर्सेस का कहना है इतने बड़े स्टार के खिलाफ इस थ्रेट कॉल के आने की वजह से पुलिस अब इस कॉल को ट्रेस कर रही है और साथ ही पता लगाने की कोशिश कर रही है कि इस कॉल का क्या मकसद था. वैसे सेलेब्स के खिलाफ होक्स कॉल करना कोई नई बात नहीं है. सलमान खान, शाहरुख खान, महेश भट्ट जैसे स्टार्स को इस तरह की धमकी मिल चुकी है, लेकिन ज्यादातर मामलों में पुलिस ने कॉल करने वाले को ट्रेस करके उसके खिलाफ कार्रवाई की है. वैसे इस मामले में अब तक रजनीकांत या उनके परिवार की तरफ से कोई ऑफिशियल स्टेटमेंट नहीं आया है, एज पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेशन इज स्टिल अंडरवे. वैसे रजनीकांत की अपकमिंग फिल्म्स के बारे में बात करें तो ऑन स्क्रीन ही विल नेक्स्ट बी सीन इन अन्नाठे. It is Rajnikant's third association with the production house Sun Pictures after their hit collaboration in the past with Enthiran and Petta. वैसे लॉकडाउन की वजह से फिलहाल रजनीकांत भी अपने परिवार के साथ घर में रहकर सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग का अच्छी तरह से पालन कर रहे हैं और साथ ही अपने फैंस को भी ऐसा ही करने के लिए वो कई बार अपील जारी कर चुके हैं. रिया चक्रवर्ती से मुंबई पुलिस ने की घंटों पूछताछ. थर्सडे मुंबई के बांद्रा पुलिस स्टेशन के बाहर रिया को किया गया स्पॉट. जहां कई घंटों तक रिया से पुलिस ने सुशांत की लाइफ की डिटेल्स जानने की कोशिश की. आखिर रिया ही सुशांत सिंह राजपूत के सबसे ज्यादा करीब थी, इसलिए पुलिस सुशांत की मेंटल कंडीशन और उनकी प्रोफेशनल लाइफ की डिटेल्स रिया से जानने की कोशिश कर रही है. वैसे हमने आपको रिसेंटली ही बताया था कि रिया और सुशांत के प्रॉपर्टी डीलर ने बताया था कि रिया और सुशांत शादी करने वाले थे. लेकिन सोशल मीडिया पर पिछले कुछ दिनों से ऐसे भी रूमर्स चल रहे थे कि सुशांत सिंह राजपूत और रिया का ब्रेकअप हो चुका था। और अब सुशांत की फिल्म के डायरेक्टर रूमी जाफरी से जब पूछा गया क्या उनके अकॉर्डिंग रिया और सुशांत ने अपने रिलेशनशिप को खत्म कर लिया था, इस पर रूमी ने कहा, "He never told me about it, and Riya too did not say anything of the sort. The last time I discussed this project with him was in the first week of June. They were together on the call. In fact, it was Riya who got him on the call. Then, on June 12th, I had messaged him and he was very excited about the project." Well, Rumi Jaffrey says Sushant 12th June तक टच में थे and he was happy about starting his next film. ऐसे में सडनली सुशांत ने इतना ड्रास्टिक स्टेप क्यों ले लिया, ये डेफिनेटली है बड़ा सवाल। वैसे फिलहाल रिया चक्रवर्ती और सुशांत सिंह राजपूत की फैमिली दोनों ही गहरे सदमे में है। ऐसे में इस तरह के स्पेक्यूलेशन को ज्यादा बढ़ावा नहीं देना चाहिए जब तक ऑफिशियली इनके जानने वालों में से कोई सामने आकर बात करे, लाइक रूमी जाफरी डिड। सुशांत सिंह राजपूत एक शाइनिंग स्टार थे, इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है, और हमेशा दुनिया उन्हें उनकी इसी ब्राइटनेस और टैलेंट के लिए याद रखेगी। Coming up on the show, actress Vani Kapoor ने Zoom से किया interact exclusively.
I personally feel Befikre was ahead of its time, and it's still a very special film for me. I will always cherish the fact that I got to be part of such a film and play such a well-written, fleshed-out part. With Ranveer also, I learned a lot, and I observed whatever little that I observed was the fact that he and I do have some similarities in approaching, that method acting, and he's into method acting, and I think I also do lean towards being more in the moment, and trying to like create things for myself so I can feel more connected to my character and do things.
Welcome to Speakeasy. My name is Rudrani, and I am going to be in conversation with the Sunshine Girl, Vani Kapoor. How have you been doing? It's been a while. You've been in the lockdown, This is the new normal where we're supposed to do interviews like this and everything else. So tell me, now that we are in, like, really it's been months that we are like this, where are you?
I'm doing great actually. I think I'm okay. I've become very used to it. I told you I was just I'm become so usual. It's become a thing now, hibernation. But all's well. Everything's good. I'm now trying to snap out of the laze mode and be a little more active. Just I guess re-energize myself in terms of work. Work-related stuff and all, and of course you have household work and everything. But I really feel like I've been one of those few lucky ones, blessed ones to like still have it easier than in comparison to so many other people.
So we all know that war has been like this raging success, everybody. And if you haven't heard Ghumru, well, you are probably living under a rock because it's not possible to not know that song today. But Vani, I want to know, how has life been post the success of war?
I'm very, I'm happy that the movie did so well. I mean, I'm happy the song did so well, and now then I moved on to Shamshera, and then we started shooting for that movie. So I'm not like it just gives you a lot of happiness because you've put in that hard work, and then once the project's over, it's out for release. People have given it love, which that's the ultimate goal. You want your work to be appreciated and loved by everybody. So once that happens, then you move on and you start focusing on what's next. But life's just been the same. Now I'm working on Shamshera, and then this lockdown happened, and there are a couple of other projects that I'm talking about, which are seeming exciting and interesting. So I'm hoping to start on those, like get something more exciting in my life. Even for a homebody like me, like somebody who enjoys to just be at my own pace, myself. I love my own company, and there's so much. It's not. It doesn't drive a person like me that crazy, but I can understand that you always
Yeah.
want, in terms of work and in terms of meeting your friends and family and close ones and all. Of course, we are all humans. We are all like social animals at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that time was also very special for me, war time, and the fact that it did well, and then I bonded with my team so well. We it's just amazing that we still keep in touch. Like all of us, we're still on touch on WhatsApp. We have like a group. I remember Sid was planning a dinner post-war, because we were all like, yeah, but that, like he wanted to do a nice special dinner post-war success thing also. And ever since, it's been so many months now, I don't even remember when we started talking about the dinner. So now our group name is only That Elusive Dinner, because I don't know when it's ever going to take place, if it's taking place also or not. So, but yeah, we stay in touch, and it's amazing that, everyone's keeping safe and healthy, and everyone's fine. And so it's amazing that way. But now I'm hoping, once the lockdown opens, then we can start working on other things.
Yeah, and on that note, I feel like you've been one of the most patient people as well. And we've discussed this in like a really.
Patience from me. Yeah.
But you
I'm
have
the
been.
epitome of patience.
You
But
are
yeah.
the epitome of patience. But
And I
want to
never
understand-
thought, and I'm usually not a very patient person in life. Otherwise, I get very impatient with
Yeah.
things. But it's funny, when it comes to bigger decisions of life, I do feel I have the strength to wait it out, I guess.
You started off, you got such raving reviews with your debut, and then of course there was a wait, and then you wanted Bayfikri to come out, and then you again waited for a while, and then of course with For War to come out, and in what happens is that people sort of get really demotivated. How was that phase, and how did you sort of keep yourself going, and how did you not want to get into that zone of disdain and despair, which can happen to a lot of people?
I've those decisions are my decisions that I made at the end of the day. I've always told you that it's something that I chose very consciously. Um, you know, I know the truth, and I know the reality that how what I exactly want, and I'm very honest to that. I know that I don't want to compromise in any way. I've always said that, and be it even a 5-minute role in a film, but in a film that gives me happiness, a part that gives me happiness, I'd rather pick that over something where I'm only doing it for the heck of, oh, let me be more visible, let me go make some more money, let me create some more noise, let me be visible. I am working for myself also at the end of the day, for my happiness, for my satisfaction. At the end of the day, when I come home, I want to feel happy about TKR. I've been associated with a film that I wanted to be part of. I've done a part that gave me happiness, and in whichever way. So that way, I think I'm a greedy actor. But I'm happy with my choices, because they're my choices, and I've consciously made them. And the fact that there are no second doubts about it. I have never regretted it, and I'm very happy. And I guess yes, I would want things to come faster, sooner in my life. I would want to be part of a lot more many films, lot more many projects that never even got offered to me, but other people have done it. And those are the films that I'm like, damn, I wish I could have that, and I wish I could have done that movie, and you know. But if it never came my way, I'm willing to wait it out. I just want good chances, good opportunities. I want to be part of quality work, quality projects. Like I may need a lot of polishing and grilling as an actor, but I know that I have the potential, and I have the ability to be at least one of the many who can be part of great cinema. And that's what I'm aiming at. But everybody has their own journey, and all of them are doing so well for themselves, and I feel like I'm also in my own pace. Also success means different things to different people. I take a lot of pride in my choices, and I take a lot of pride in waiting it out, and making the most of the opportunities that came my way, and being fair to the job that's been assigned to me. Like, I know in my heart that I've given my all to every part that I've played in a film, and be it small, be it big, be it anything. I have done justice to whatever that's been given to me and assigned to me, and I take that's something that I take a lot of pride in. That I'm not letting my director down. I'm not letting my co-actor down. I'm not letting my team down. So many people who come together to make a project, look good. So I feel that gives me happiness at the end of the day. People who are working with me are happy. I'm happy because I'm happy with the work that I have put in. And I guess I'm in my own race, a slower race, literally.
And in the same way, you when you put in everything into a project, and of course, like you said, you're always proud of it. But then you read reviews when maybe it's a Bayfikri or otherwise, that might be critical. How do you view it today?
Well, you can't make everybody now. Everybody can't love you and appreciate you. And there are people, and by that I'm not trying to be all cocky, and I don't mean that their review doesn't matter, or people's, because at the end of the day you're making films for the audience and they need to like you, and they need to be, because they're spending money,
Yeah.
their hard-earned money. And times like these when it's so expensive, one contemplates kaun si movie dekhne cha, because there's so many options put out there for them, and plus you have the OTT platform, you have so much variety to watch, in the comfort of your home. So I feel, of course, it's them who at the end of the day कि यार ये अच्छा लग रहा है, ये अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, because even I see my movies as an audience. Would I want to go spend that money and watch my film and my work? But you can't always hit it out of the park, and there are times when you will, I guess you will fail at pleasing everybody, and you will fail at pleasing most people. But the attempt was genuine, and the attempt was right, and the attempt was to make a good, lovely film, and that's always an attempt of everybody, whoever is associated with this line of work. Nobody wants to make an average film and be happy with it. At least I know that the people who I've worked with weren't making a film with the intention कि चल बना लेते हैं, just for the heck of it. Everybody's putting their heart and soul into it. I think people also became very hot and cold with it. There are people who really liked it, and then there are people who just were like, oh no, this is not what we want, and this is not what is seeming normal and correct.